Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Sao, a tier 10 Japanese cruiser. And well, we have a Benham here that we can shoot, which unfortunately gets me detected. Anyway, I'm on the map Shards. It's a 3-point domination game, tier 10 battle with not too many tier 10s, and unfortunately there is a carrier. Now I'll be able to get a few more shells into the Benham, and I'm turning away because, well, battleships. Now it looks like I'm gonna be shot at from sea. They missed so far, but this is really where I should angle more. I'm a bit careless here. The Pommern, and well, there's also Friedrich going this way. They both are able to shoot my broadside. And, you know, German battleships might not be the most accurate, but don't show broadside to a battleship. It's probably not gonna end well. Now I'm using my range plan here because I wanna set this Friedrich some more on fire, but I pay for my folly and I eat the citadel there, I guess. So it's time that I get the hint and start angling against those battleships. So you know, that could have ended worse. And I'm still fine with my hit points for now. Meanwhile, Shimar has been spotted going into sea. I can try to get some shots off here. It looks like it's slowing down to smoke, but I don't have many hopes there. The islands did limit my way how I could shoot the Shimar there anyway. Meanwhile, it looks like Viper is gonna get the B cap. We have Rook going for A. Rook does have a Pommern there for support. It looks like the Bismarck and the MSA are a little bit in the back. They aren't actually pushing up to the islands, which is a bit of a shame because especially the Bismarck would want to be close enough to use its secondaries. Now there is a Des Moines next to B, but it was unable to prevent us taking the cap, so that's good. Now the question is, where do I go next? The Yugumo was chased out of sea by the Donskoy, I presume, although the Donskoy seems to be in retreat, and it looks like our Yugumo wants to go around their flank. The problem is, with those islands, flanking here isn't really that great for a destroyer, because, you know, the islands provide lots of cover for the enemy radar, so the Yugumo might not be aware where the Donskoy is, and the islands also provide some cover from torpedoes, right? Now, of course, if the enemies were to push around here in a line without a radar, and the Yugumo can come there and torp them, would be nice. But honestly, I feel like that Yugumo would be better helped to try to fight for the cap, especially if the Donskoy is retreating, or maybe that central area there. Anyway, I'm making my way over to sea, and so far I don't have much to shoot at, but, well, there is this Des Moines. The problem is mostly that the Pommern is coming around, right? I can use the island in front of me as cover from quite a few ships, so I don't think that Friedrich will be able to shoot me. Or, well, both Friedrichs won't be able to shoot me, but the Pommern is pushing in a position where it can. Once again, if I angle against the Des Moines, I'll potentially be showing broadside to a Pommern. Now, the Pommern might have other issues, like the Druprecht, that it's dealing with, but, you know, it could switch targets at any time. Now, I need to start angling against Des Moines, because Des Moines is going for armor piercing. Now I'll have to decide if I... Well, actually, Viper is going to provide some smoke here, but also the Pommern is going behind this island, right? So it's figured out it can shoot me, but I think I can dodge it by slowing down a bit. Well, I mostly dodged, I guess. Now I could torp into this gap, but that would require the Pommern to actually come around and push through this gap, which, while is a possibility, it doesn't seem the most likely one. But what else am I going to do with my troops? So it's not like I need them. Oh. Yeah, okay, that Pommern is not gonna push around here. Speaking of things pushing, there is a Benham appearing. And the Benham is lovely in front of my guns. I'm gonna pop a Hydro here because, well, it's a Benham. There's gonna be lots of fishies somewhere. Unfortunately, that Benham will be able to escape behind this island, but, you know, we made it bleed a little bit. Meanwhile, the Des Moines is going for B, and unfortunately I'm plane spot. Now, there is nothing here to shoot, and no enemy is gonna push around here, so staying here will be somewhat pointless, but I wish I could. Yes, I'm undetected again. Of course, the planes are gone. So maybe there is an opportunity now to come around here. Once I go around this corner, I'm a bit broadside to some enemy forces, but as long as I'm undetected, this is fine. And I'm not undetected. Nevertheless, I need to somehow make this turn. I'm gonna torp into here because I expect that Des Moines might still be around, but Des Moines is leaving, it looks like. There is also a smoke screen. And thanks to that smoke screen, I'm undetected myself. Now I need to dodge some torpedoes. I've managed to now be angled against the enemies. Thankfully the battleships are in the far back, so it's mostly the Donskoy and the Des Moines that will be shooting me here. I can't resist taking a snapshot here on this Des Moines once I save off the torpedoes, because now I have room to maneuver. And this is a lucky double fire. Unfortunately, it's just gonna get damage count, and with the Des Moines in smoke, there is no way for me to follow her. What I can do is shoot the Donskoy. The problem, of course, is A is getting overrun. And that means I might just be facing enemies from over there. Yeah, we're basically in the process of losing the only cap that we have. It's a bit of a shame. Now our forces might be moving in towards C now. Maybe we can grab that. But I've decided I need to turn around here. If I push further into A, there is not... well, it's not gonna be much useful. Maybe I can help retake B or something. There isn't really an ideal situation. Well, at least I can keep burning that Donskoy. Now we did lose the Bismarck. The enemy is probably gonna push through. Well, I still have the Marseille to do. Right, that Marseille is gonna buy me a little bit of time before I'm gonna get overwhelmed. Here it looks like the Gibraltar just did some damage there, although it's still alive. It's very unlikely that I'm gonna torp anything there, but once again, you know, don't have much use for my torps, and I don't know where the Holland is, right? I mean, the Holland was last seen going there after the Marseille, but it might just be coming around this way, maybe, trying to go after the carrier instead. Speaking of the carrier, this flank has been lost, so the carrier needs to run north here to be safe. Obviously, he's not doing any of that. He's even peeking out from around this island, so he'd to make himself easier to be sunk, I guess. Now, with A having utterly fallen, the Marseille has been taken out. I'm gonna go a little bit north where our remaining forces are, and this game looks pretty desperate right now, doesn't it? We are very far behind on points, on ships, on everything. So there are two destroyers visible. I'm also somewhat broadside in front of that Friedrich. Not that I can do much about it right now. If I could sink a destroyer here, that would be very beneficial, or maybe even both. Unfortunately, it looks like the Benham escaped into cover. Let's see if we can get a hit into this Shimmer or so. Oh, and the Des Moines is almost dead. Meanwhile, we've also lost the Yugumo, and it's getting worse, isn't it? Okay, so our Yugumo still got the Benham. That's good news. The Shimmer is spotted. We got the Shimmer, and can I get the Des Moines? Yes, okay, so sinking those three ships in rapid succession puts us in a little bit better position, I guess. So there is that. Now the two enemy battleships are gonna focus on me. Not much I can do about it. Trying to set some more fires here. And I'm also in a crossfire with the Gibraltar. So maybe new plan, right? Oh, I got a fire there. If I can get into concealment here, then I can make a turn and torp the Friedrich. I'm on concealment. There we go. So the idea is torp the Friedrich and then move nose inwards into B so that I can be safe from the Friedrich with this island. Well, there is the other Friedrich still to be concerned about. There is Gibraltar that's moving towards my side. Okay, let's face it. This isn't looking good. Well, but I have a trusty Viper here. And Viper has a smoke screen. And maybe I should have waited until he sets that smoke screen. But, you know, the Gibraltar is just now appearing. The enemy Friedrich fortunately gets German dispersion, so it's not doing much. And yeah, I should have waited to be in the smoke screen before engaging here, but thankfully it worked out fine. Now it's time to burn down the Richelieu. There is also the Gibraltar that's visible. Our carrier's decision in being cornered was to actually abandon a little bit of cover it had to get sunk faster. Which is a weird choice, but hey. There are some fishes coming my way, it looks like. Thankfully in an easy to dodge gap. So let's keep burning down the Richelieu. The Halland is also spotted right now. Oh, there's a Widder. Oh, and I actually flooded the Friedrich to death. Didn't see that one coming. Okay, so the Richelieu is down. And suddenly this turns into a 4 versus 4. We're still not looking good on points, but 4 versus 4 seems manageable. Unfortunately, I'm leaving the smoke like the idiot that I am. Okay, so I guess it's time to charge. Now the good news about this is that the Halland most likely is torpedoing the smoke, so by moving forward I might be dodging some fishes. I almost have the Gibraltar down, it's smoking up, maybe we can finish it off there before it disappears. So, oh hello fish, and well, that hurt. But the Halland is now visible here. It's a Halland, it can't go into smoke with Viper keeping it spotted. Together we will easily deal with them, I think. There we go. Now that just leaves the Gibraltar here. I can't see the Gibraltar, but as soon as my smoke fire penalty goes away, it won't see me either. And I'm actually almost to a hydro. So the Gibraltar is not firing itself because it knows it would be detected if it does, I guess. Let's see how healthy it is. I got one blind... Oh. Yeah, I guess I understand why this Gibraltar didn't want to be spotted. I'm not sure what it was hoping. Maybe it was waiting for here to get ready if it still had one. So, yeah. Okay then. We are now one ship ahead. The problem is the points. There's still 6 minutes to go though. And the enemy has a carrier. I'm low on health, so I'm an easy carrier target. Now I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because all that I'm gonna do right now is trying to go into A. While Viper is going into B. I mean, I'm relatively close to A. So it just makes sense. The enemy is getting ahead on us by points. Meanwhile, the Aetam is trying to sink that Friedrich, and hopefully it will succeed before the carrier farms him. So I make it into my cap, Viper is almost into his, and it looks like that Friedrich is going down, that Friedrich is desperately trying to escape. We really need to sink this Friedrich for the points, I think. The Aetam is still trying, and it's getting really low. Ah, it got the Friedrich. Okay. So the Aetam is not gonna survive, but we now control all the caps, and there is only 3 minutes remaining. Now we are gonna move in onto the carrier. And well, there it is. So I still have a range plane ready. I'm actually not sure how far my range extends there, but it's enough. So I'll start shooting that Lexington. Our Aetam is not gonna survive for much longer, I guess. There is 2 minutes remaining. We are in the lead. Of course, this will change once the Aetam goes down, which is probably a certainty. Question, of course, is can the carrier sink the Aetam and then myself while surviving? That might be its way of still winning that. But then again, you know, SAO does quite a bit of damage. There is a lovely high caliber. There is a fire that will obviously do nothing because it's a carrier. So, yeah, the enemy is in the lead on points, but we are overtaking them momentarily, so the carrier's only hope is to sink some ships there. And you know what? I think I might just sink that carrier for that. I still have a heal ready. I'm waiting until the attack is upon me. to get the most out of the heal, because, you know, I don't have the most healable damage left. So in comes the carrier. I'm gonna press the heal here. And the salvo might even be able to sink it and give myself a Kraken. And the Kraken is mine! What a nice finish for a well-fought battle, right? So this was a hard one. It was relatively close. It looked pretty bad for a long time, but we didn't give up, and eventually we clawed it back. So yeah, there is that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you next time.